dissecting. Let me start again by quoting the scripture that says that you can understand God by studying the creation and the work of his hand. He said, for the invisible things of him, for the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and God there, so they are without excuse. Another translation says that God's eternal power and character cannot be seen. But from the beginning of creation, God has shown what this look like by what he has made. And that's why those people don't have any excuse. So I'd like to say that some of the languages used in scriptures are based on the limitation of an understanding of the people at that time. If the scripture is going to be written today, I'm sure you are going to see words like energy, frequency, and vibration. For example, love, joy, and peace make it to be at a high frequency of vibration. Anger, hatred, and fear make it to be at a low frequency of vibration. This is why, as long as you are in Christ, which means you are full of love, joy, and peace, evil power cannot harm you because you are above them due to your high frequency of vibration. God has set forth system on the earth, and this makes him not to interfere in the way the earth operates every time. Some of these systems include water cycle, carbon cycle, phosphorus cycle, nitrogen cycle. And even within our body, we have systems that God has put in place. In fact, if you study yourself, if you study your body, you will observe this principle. Your cells are very independent. Your cells are very, very independent. And each of the cells combine and work together to form a tissue. The tissue form the organ, and the organ form the system. And the organ form the system. And this is very interesting. It's interesting because when you look at it critically, you just understand that God created us in such a way that everything's supposed to work by itself. And I believe strongly that's also the principle of prayer. The fact that it is not when you are praying that God is answering your prayer. He has put forth principle on the earth on how prayer is supposed to be answered. He has put in place principles and systems to enable every human being manifest their heart desire. And this is the focus of this series of seminar on unveiling and leveraging the God system of manifestation. So let me start this today by saying that before anything can exist physically, it must exist vibrationally. Remember, everything vibrates. You are vibrating. For you to sit on that chair, your bum is not on top of that chair. Why? There is a gap. The chair is vibrating, you are vibrating. The reason you can see because it's vibrating at a low frequency. If it's vibrating at a high frequency, you will not be able to see it. Because our eye is not designed to see anything vibrating at a high frequency. I'm talking purely physics. So for anything to exist physically, it must first exist vibrationally. So to manifest financial breakthrough, you must have attracted it to yourself internally based on the frequency of vibration that you have per time. Have you met someone before and you just connect? Some people say, he has good vibes or he has bad vibes. That's vibration. And vibration compound to form a frequency. And frequency at any point in time, the frequency you are in is representing a particular reality. For example, people are in the frequency that attract bad stuff to them. For example, they are full of fear. Fear is a vibration, and that compounds to a frequency that attracts more and more things that will make them to be fearful. which is why you need to be careful of the kind of prayer you pray. If you are always praying against demon and the devil, you are likely going to be having bad dreams. That's why some people will tell you, since they stop attending some kind of churches, they stop having some kind of dreams. Please note that what separates people in life and create social class is based on financial status. And financial status is based on frequency. So to manifest financial breakthrough in your life this year, the rest of the year, you need to understand the following principles. I'll talk about, I think about 4 principles tonight. I think about 4, is it 4 or 5 principles tonight? Number 1, these are principles that determine if someone will be able to have financial breakthrough. Number 1, the external is not the source. It's important for you to understand the fact that the breakthrough you want to experience is not going to be external. It's not external. It's going to form from inside of you. This simply means whatsoever you do on the external is going to be the source. It's not going to be the source of financial breakthrough that you are expecting in your life. This is because you need to have the amount you desire on the inside for it to show on the outside. And this is so important. Remember, you can only have what you already have. You can only have what you already have. Whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe you have received it and you shall have it. You can only have what you already have. This has been established in scripture, but many Christians either do not understand this or rather ignore it. In Matthew 6 from 19 to 21, it said, lay not for yourself treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, or where thieves break through and steal. He said, but lay for yourself treasure in heaven, where neither moth or rust corrupt, and thief do not break through and steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So the old self will like to convince you that it is your physical work that you need to do, that it is the physical work that you need to do to be able to manifest financial breakthrough. But that's not true. Not because you will not work, but rather the third dimension, this third dimension, physical realm, is the realm of illusion. It's the realm of limitation. And as long as you depend on the physical things you have to do, you limit yourself. Most of the time, we want to acquire a particular type of reality without acquiring the state of consciousness of that reality first. Remember again, for anything to exist physically, it must first exist vibrationally, or you can say it must first exist spiritually. Remember again, therefore I say unto you, whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe you have received it and you shall have it. Unfortunately, many are unsatisfied with the condition of their life, but they are satisfied with themselves, the way they are living their life. Is it not interesting? Many are unsatisfied with the condition of their life, but they are satisfied with themselves. Any condition you see in your life is a reflection of what is going on inside of you. Most people make the external their source, and this makes them to confine their source to limitation. And that is why they are limited. So they see their source as the state of the economy, the market, the job availability, the client buying whatever they sell. If you fall into this trap, relying on physical things as your source, you'll be making this thing your source. And someone called it false God. False God is created when you attribute causality to externality. That means you are saying what is happening to you is based on what is you can see. Even though you are the source, because It is the internal. It is internal, and God resides inside of you. If you make external thing your source, you will be limited. Please note that when I say limitation, just interpret it as scarcity. Note that we make the mistake of experiencing scarcity without first realizing that without realizing that scarcity exists within us. Seeing scarcity on the outside is a sign of scarcity on the inside. Let me say this again. Whatever you are experiencing in your life is a reflection of what is going on inside. You can only have what you already have. The way you talk shows the kind of belief system you have. So if your belief system shows scarcity by what you say, I can't afford it. It's too much. It's too expensive. I can't. Those words already shows your belief. And guess what? Be it unto you according to your faith. If you don't change internally so that your word is now different, instead of saying I can't afford, you say, okay, I think I'll come back and pick that up. It's currently not in my budget. I'll come back and pick that up. You're not talking like someone that cannot afford it. You're talking like someone that is coming back to do it. That's a different way to see it. But if you get to a place, maybe supermarket, you check the price last time, it was 9,000, now it's 15,000, you're pained, you feel pain. It's too expensive. That pain that you're feeling, that pain that you're feeling is a clear sign that you don't believe you can afford it. Remember again, be it unto you according to your faith. That's why I say you can only have what you already have. The fact that you attribute your source to external means that you will be unstable internally because everything physical is subject to change. So, as the external is changing, you will be unsettled internally because the external is your source. How often do you say in your career and business that opportunity available to you is dependent on the state of the economy? Please note that whatsoever the physical plane convince you is what you will convince yourself to bring your way. What this is basically saying is that even when things are not happening well externally, the economy is this, so and so, you need to know that in that same economy, some people are thriving. So don't think that because this is the way economy is, then it must affect everybody. No. Of course, it will affect some people. But the question is, how about you? Are you going to allow it to affect you? So, number one, if you are believing God for anything, what you see on the outside is not your source. Always remember it. Your job is not your source. Your customer is not your source. God is your source. And you must believe first that you have that thing. Number two, you are paid by nobody except yourself. You are paid by nobody except yourself. This means anybody that give you money is nothing more than an instrument through which you are using to pay yourself. And this payment of yourself is based upon your internal degree of security. So you think that money comes to you via job, via contract, via customer, via client, but that is not true. It's not true because for that money to come to you through any of those channels, it must have first come to you through your internal state of consciousness. If you have not received it internally, it will not manifest externally. If you have not received it internally, it will not manifest externally. If you have not received it internally, it will not manifest externally. It will not manifest externally. It will not manifest externally. It will not. It will not. And this is so important, ladies and gentlemen. So important. So important. So important. You know, the Bible says, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper. There is something called the prosperity of the soul. If I, the way I see myself is so important, which is why the way you talk about yourself is also important. The things you say about yourself is also important because those are the things that shows where you are. Remember again, you can only have what you already have. If you have not received it internally, ladies and gentlemen, it will not manifest externally. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not received it internally, it will not manifest externally. So if you are not seeing it on the outside, it's a sign. If you are not seeing it on the outside, it's a sign that you don't have it on the inside. I don't know how to express this. Have you seen people before who won lottery and you check them in 2 years later? They will keep making stupid mistakes, stupid mistakes, stupid mistakes, stupid mistakes, stupid mistake. They want 10 million. If their soul is at the level of 1 million, it is when the money reduced to 1 million, they will come to their senses that, it's like the money is about to finish. They now begin to behave well because they have not grown internally to be able to handle that amount because they don't see themselves as worth that amount. What this is saying is that the opportunity that come your way is basically as a result of the state of consciousness you have, how aware you have of yourself, how your faith in the fact that you are blessed. I might not have it physically, but I speak like someone that have it physically. I might not have it physically, but I speak like someone that have it physically. And guess what? If I say it long enough, it will become my reality. Please know that judging anything that happened on the physical plane to be your source is actually a very low level of thinking. Unfortunately for many, in order for you to live at a higher level, then you must think high. And that means you need to elevate your thinking to a higher plane of consciousness. To think at a higher plane of existence means that you must transcend the physical realm. That means you are not allowing what you are seeing with your eye physically to determine how you feel internally. This means to go beyond the physical realm of space, time, constraint to become one with your desired reality. And that is why manifestation is internally shifting to a degree where you are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. The physical realm is the realm of illusion. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know your eyes see 0.0035% of reality? Ladies and gentlemen, your eyes see 0.0035% of reality. So that means I cannot live by sight, I must live by faith. If, because I can't pay my rent, I judge my life by that and allow that to determine me that I believe it is done, whatever it is I'm believing God for, then I'm allowing my eyes to determine how I feel. But guess what? My eye cannot see up to 1% of what exists. So there are so many things happening around that you can't see with your eye because our eye only see things that light can reflect on to enter your eyes. If light cannot reflect on it, you will not be able to see it. So judging your financial breakthrough by the size of your pocket, by what you currently have in your bank account, is not the way to go. That means, in spite of the fact that I have not seen it manifested physically, it doesn't change the way what I say about myself, the way I see myself, the things I think about. I might not have it physically, but it doesn't change it. It doesn't change it. Manifestation is internally shifting to a degree where you are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change, which means you are good with or without it. Hey, which means you are good with or without it. That means even though I don't have it yet, I am good, I'm happy. Why? Because I'm thanking God that it's done, even though I have not seen it physically. Even though I've not seen it physically, because I'm not allowing my eyes to judge what I can see, because I should walk by faith and not by sight. What is it that you are believing God for? The real challenge for us as believers is receiving, because God has given unto us all things that pertain to life and godliness. Everything has been given. Your job is to receive. So the real work for us as believers is receiving whatsoever you desire when you pray. Believe you have received it. That's where the problem is. And you shall have it. If you don't believe you have received it, you will not have it. So, how do you demonstrate believing that you have received it? Those are the questions. It shows in your words. Let me give you an example. You are a student, and I use this example a lot. You are a student, you are in school, you don't have money. You call your parent. Your parent, you call them on Saturday. Your mom send that money to you on Sunday, or dad send that money to you on Sunday, but you didn't get a lot. On Sunday, you went to your friend to beg for food you ate. On Tuesday, you have to go early to their room to eat with them in the morning. On Wednesday again. On Thursday, your mom noticed you have not confirmed you received the money. Now call. Hello, the money I sent to you, I sent it Sunday. You didn't confirm. You sent it. I didn't know. I didn't get a lot. Mommy say, I've sent it. Go and check your account. Now, you have not received that money. Thursday morning, you choose not to go and eat with your friends. Why? Because you know the money is in your account. So you just hold your ATM. When you finish class, you go and withdraw. Now, you're already behaving like someone that have the money, even though you've not withdrawn it. But because mommy said it has been sent since Sunday, even though you don't have a lot, you went with your ATM, you didn't go to your friend to have food because you know that's the only meal for the day. And when you finish around 3 from class, you went to the ATM, you withdrew the money, went to the restaurant and eat. That action of not going to your friend's room in the morning, that action of to eat as usual, that action of picking your ATM, that action of not even going to the bank but go for lecture first and then coming back to withdraw is a sign you have received it. That means when you have received it, there are actions you take that shows you have received it. That's an evidence you believe you have received it. Remember, whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe you have received it and you shall have it. So the question is, do you believe you have received it? Or you allow the fact that there is no money in your account yet, or you can't see it physically, to affect the fact that it has been done. That's why I paint this picture. This student does not know it's been done. Physically, he didn't see a lot, but mommy said it's been done, and he believed what mommy said, and he just go and withdraw. Just go to the bank in the afternoon. He didn't go and beg for food again in the morning from his friend the way he used to do in the last 3 days. The physical realm is the realm of illusion. This illusion leads to delusion, and one of the delusion is that it is my boss that is paying me. It is my client that is paying me. It is my job that is paying me. It prevents the delusion. It presents the delusion that it is that company that hire you, and that is because of the illusion of separation. This makes you separate yourself from your desired reality and attribute that reality to be caused by the physical factor. So you form an association that my money is dependent on my job. My money is dependent on my client. It's dependent on my customer. It's dependent on what I'm able to sell. When you transcend polarity, you end the idea of duality, which states that we are all one with no separation. In the spiritual realm, there is no separation. In the physical realm, there is separation. In the spiritual realm, there's no separation. So you need to see everything. So you see everything separated. And because you see everything separated, you internalize it. You become separated from your secure reality, desired reality. If I believe it's done, I'm one with that reality. I believe I'm already in that reality. I'm not separated from it that it will happen in future. And that shows the way I see myself and what I say. On the higher plane of existence, like spiritual plane, there is no one paying you except you. because it is another version of you that is paying you. Any human being around you is a different version of you. Hello? Go to the ocean. Take a keg of what of what's the name? Of take a cup to pour from the ocean. Put it in a red cup. Put another one in a green cup. Put another one in a yellow cup. Put another one in a black cup. Put another in the red yellow cup. 7 different cups from water from the ocean. Go and test them. They will produce the same result in terms of the constituent of that ocean, the saltiness and other stuff. Why? Even though they are in different cups, white, colorless, black, yellow, red, orange, green, but the content is the same. The Spirit of God in all of us is the same. It's only the physical body, which is our container, that makes us different. Spiritually, we are the same. That's why when you hurt other human beings, you are hurting yourself. When you hurt your wife, you are hurting yourself. When you hurt your husband, you are hurting. When you hurt your sibling, your colleague, you're hurting yourself. Why? Because spiritually, there is no separation. There's no separation. In fact, this mindset will make you to treat everybody nicely. Either they are cleaner or your boss. No matter their social status, you treat them nicely because there's no separation. There's no separation. There's no separation. This means the more you are secured internally, the more you are in a state that brings more opportunity your way. This is because the more you are at peace within, the more good will come to you, because goodness and mercy shall follow you. So, look, you are not supposed to be pursuing your dreams. You are supposed to position for it. You're not supposed to be pursuing your dreams. You're supposed to be positioned for it. You're not supposed to be pursuing your dream. You're supposed to be positioned for it. You're not supposed to be pursuing your dream. You're also positioned for it. Because it said, goodness and mercy shall follow you. So the question is, how will it follow me? What do I need to do to position for it? Acquaint yourself with him and be at peace, so shall good come to you. Acquaint yourself with him and be at peace, so shall good come to you. Acquaint yourself with him and be at peace, so shall good come to you. When you don't, now, do you know why you'll be at peace? Because you believe it is done. Do you know why you are worried? Because you don't believe it is done. Do you know why you'll be at peace? Because you believe it is done. Do you know why you are worried? Because you believe it is far away from you. It is not done. So because it's far away from you, it's not done, you are worried. But if you believe it is done, you are already one with it. So you are not seeing yourself separated from it. You're not seeing yourself separated from it. You're not seeing yourself separated from it. You're not seeing yourself separated from it. Because you are one with it. And because you're not seeing yourself separated from it, then it becomes your reality. You're not supposed to pursue your dream. You're supposed to position for it. And to position for it, you need to be in a place of rest and be at peace that it is done. Acquaint yourself with him and be at peace, so shall good come to you. Have you ever wondered, sometimes you are trying to get something, you're believing for something, you're worried, will it happen? After a while, it was like it's not coming. And then you just forgot about it. You didn't even bother yourself again. Suddenly it happened. You know, be wondering, when you were agitated, it didn't come. Now that you're not bothered, it's coming. Yes, because you're in a state that now make you to be able to attract it to yourself. Because when you see something that's too important, that importance separates you from it, make it be far away from you because you are agitated. The reason the Bible says, he that believeth will not make it, 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 he that believe will not make it. If you are in a hurry, if you are making haste, it's because you don't believe. If you are in a hurry, you are making haste, it's because you don't believe. He that believeth will not make haste. He that don't believe will be in a hurry, will be worried and full of anxiety. He that don't believe will be in a hurry, will be worried and full of anxiety. He that don't believe will be in a hurry and will be worried and full of anxiety. He that believeth will not make haste. He that believeth will not make haste. When you don't realize that you are the one paying yourself, by you now, I mean a different version of you. When you don't believe you are the one paying yourself, and when I say you are the one, a different version of you, based on your frequency, then you allow yourself and frequency to be swayed by situations and circumstances. And this make you to be at a frequency that is a reflective of insecurity and worry and anxiety. So this swayed frequency is reflective of scarcity. So you don't have that thing you are expecting yet, and the situation happen, and then you begin worry. How will I do this thing now? This and how will I? That situation, a lot of situations come our way sometimes to check, and God allow you to check if you really believe. Because if you believe it's done, even when there are situations like that, you are not worried. Not because you don't want things to change, but you are in a state of rest. Look, let me tell you. Remember, I will remind you when we're discussing belief. Remember, when we're discussing belief, we talk about the fact that your belief determine the thought that come to your mind. The thought that come to your mind determine the thought you focus on. The thought you focus on determine your conviction. The conviction you have determine your mental attitude. Your mental attitude determine your response or reaction. So when you react because of fear, it's because your mental attitude shows scarcity. Your mental attitude shows scarcity because you have been you are convinced you don't have it. And because you are convinced you don't have it, is because you have been focusing your attention on a thought of scarcity. On a thought of scarcity. So you are swayed, you are worried, you are disturbed. And we all know that worry will not change anything. So many people think that it's their job that pay them, or when I get that contract, or when I make that sale, I will internally be secured. They don't know that what is bringing that opportunity to them is their internal state of consciousness, that they have received that opportunity already. When your internal state is shifted to insecurity, to scarcity, to fear, to worry, to anxiety, that misaligns you with the frequency of abundance, which consequently misaligns you with your desired reality. Number 3, money is the physical material or expression of security, and money is multiplied by stillness and calmness. Money is the physical material expression of security, internal security. So money is multiplied by internal state of stillness and calmness. Internal state of stillness and calmness. The more worry you are, the more you are full of anxiety, the more the desired reality go far away from you. The more worry you are, the more you are full of anxiety, the more the desired reality go far away from you. So the more cool, calm, and collected you are, the more secure you are, the more money multiply in your life. So in your life, before you seek more money, please seek more calmness. Before you seek more money, please seek more peace. Before you seek more money, seek more internal degree of security. Before you seek more money, seek more internal joy. Please note that whenever in your life money is restricted, it is because somewhere in your mind there is an emotion of restriction. What are the emotion of restriction? Emotion of worry, of anxiety, emotion of fear, emotion of fear, worry, anxiety, and internal state of scarcity. Please know that whenever in your life money is restricted, it is because somewhere in your subconscious mind there's an emotion of restrictness. In the book of Psalm, the scripture says that, be still and know that I'm God. So if you want to experience the abundance of God in your finances, be still. Be cool, calm, and collected. From this scripture, we can safely state that whatever take you away from stillness is making you to know the devil. Because he said, be still and know that I am God. Then be worried and know the devil. Be still and know God. Be worried and know the devil. So be still and know that I am God. Be chaotic and know I am the devil. Be still and know that I am God. Be chaotic and know that I'm the devil. For many people, when their money begin to go down, then you experience a degree of fear, of panic, and this misalign them for manifestation. This misalign them. Remember, goodness and mercy will come to you. But for this goodness and mercy will come to you, he said, acquaint yourself with him and be at peace. So shall good come to you. Acquaint yourself with him and be at peace. So shall good come to you. You are not acquainting yourself with peace and you are full of fear, worry, anxiety. So shall good go far away from you. 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 So the question is, how often do you take a break to get yourself to a more calm and still place? For those of you that joined the physical session in December, I told you the way you can do breath work to create internal peace. Let's say something just happened, you hear the bad news, you'll be worried. You can create internal peace. 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 You can go and listen to what we discussed in December. Something just happened now, and ordinarily it should get you worried, and you don't want to worry, you know the implication. By now, you should know the implication of worry and anxiety. Immediately you know the implication, you now want to put yourself in a state where you will not be worried. There are breath exercise you can do because you must be very deliberate about your internal state. I don't know how else to explain this. Ladies and gentlemen, you must be very deliberate about the way you feel internally. That's why when someone abuses you or someone do something bad against you, you cannot be angry. You cannot be fighting them. You cannot be in a state where you are sad, you are keeping malice, you are not forgiving people. You don't know what you are doing to yourself. Because if you are full of abundance, will you be worried that someone is saying rubbish to you? You just ignore them because you are full of abundance now. Or will you be worried about someone who doesn't even know what he's saying? So if you want to make more money, make more calmness, make more stillness. The question is, how often do you break to get yourself to be calm? So you can buy more money in your life. But you buy it with more calmness. You buy it with more stillness. Please remember, no one pay you except you. And the more stable you are internally, the more money you attract to yourself. The more chaotic you have internally, the more scarcity you attract to yourself. Number four, live unapologetically in your bubble. Live unapologetically in your bubble, in your own bubble. Please know that you always have a choice to live in your own world or you live on your own world. You always have a choice to live in your own world or to live in their own world. It is a choice that every man will make. Their own world means you are living based on what they are saying about you. Living in your own world, you are living based on what you believe about yourself. Their world will come with their own narrative. Their world will come with their own narrative. It is own idea. Their own idea, their own concept, their own belief system. It will come with their own narrative. It will come with their own idea, their own concept, their own belief system. They can't know you more than you are. If you want to live a life that is parallel to majority, then you have to stay parallel to them in your consciousness. This is why you can't think like the majority and expect that your life will be different from the majority. You cannot think like the majority and expect your life to be different from the majority. If you want to live differently, then you must begin to think differently. This is why you must be unapologetic about living in your own bubble. This means the thought that can build real estate in your mind are the ones that are full of abundance, success, progress in the direction of your desired reality. Not the thought of what someone said about you. The thought can draw you towards scarcity. The thought can draw you towards scarcity and lack and poverty. That thought that can draw you towards poverty and lack, you must purge yourself of it. The thought. Now, remember the thought that come to you are not yours. They are allowed to you based on your belief system. If a thought comes to you, there is a thought of poverty, scarcity, and lack, you must reject it. You must focus your attention on something else. This will make you to be out of touch with people's reality, and that is fine because you are in your own bubble. Please note that you are not out of touch with reality, but rather you are out of touch with their reality, their own reality they want to project on you. The idea of guilt and approval associated with money is one of the reasons why many will not be able to manifest the money they need in their life. So many people subconsciously associate having a lot of money with being a bad person who have sold their soul, with being because they don't believe you can be very comfortable without selling your soul. They don't believe you can be because someone has sold to them that the love of money, someone has sold to them that money is the root of all evil. Someone has sold to them that money is the root of all evil, whereas it is the love of money. And because they hate money subconsciously, they won't be able to attract it. Some feel guilty for having a lot of money because of how many people that don't have it. And unfortunately, guilt is a corrosive emotion that leads to self-condemnation. This then misalign them from manifesting their desired reality. They are also subconsciously seeking other people's approval to show what they have, to show what they have. And that is why they hide it, because of what people will say. Ladies and gentlemen, you must live in your own bubble with the approval of no one but yourself. Nobody is telling you the way to live your life, because what you choose to believe about yourself, be it unto you according to your faith. You have to cultivate your own world in such a way that you are not emotionally aligned with scarcity and lack that people are projecting to you. So people are saying, this country, this Tinubu regime, so and so is happening, so and so is happening. Please note that you will never be able to materialize a particular degree of wealth that you are condemning. That you are condemning. So live in your own bubble. Living in your own bubble basically means you have a vision of what you believe will happen in your life, and that's determine what you say. When you say something, sometimes some people might say, okay, what's wrong with this one? Why is he talking like this? Well, I beg, live in your own bubble. And if you have people that are negative around you, you need to stay away from them. You find a way to separate yourself from them. Live in your own bubble. Live in your own bubble. Number 5, certainty in perpetual increase. Only if you understand the law of circulation. Certainty in perpetual increase. It is important for you to normalize the idea of perpetual increase. Perpetual increase in your life, because this is a possibility based on your state of consciousness. Understanding the law of circulation lets you know that when you give to people as a gift, or you buy something for them, you are not spending it, rather you are circulating it. Rather, you are circulating it, called the principle of circulation. Because whatever you give have a way of coming back to you. It's called the law of sowing and reaping. This is because you have only given money to another version of you, and that is why you should not be reluctant to spend money when necessary, not on frivolities. Not on frivolities, but to pay for a service or buy a product that you need, of course, or giving to people. This thinking is the thinking on the higher level of existence. And please note that you need to quit the low level of thinking that make you think that you have lost the money because you spent it. If you continue to think on this low level of separation, you will suffer because you will only see the effect, not the cause. It is the consciousness of certainty of continuous inflow of money into your life that lets you attract more. You need to do this to solidify that frequency of perpetual increase. And if you do this thing, be rest assured that abundance will surely follow towards you. So, and this is a mindset of abundance, not scarcity. The real challenge is, look, forget about whatever you read in the news about Nigeria. Whatever you read about Nigeria, forget about it. Be rest assured that there's opportunity in Nigeria, there's money in Nigeria, there's so much you can achieve in Nigeria. If you go to the airport, you see foreigners coming into Nigeria. And I'm not disputing the fact that the government can do better. I'm saying that in spite of what they've done, you can still thrive. In spite of what is not working, you can still thrive. You can still thrive in spite of what is not working. Number 6, self-worth, only know abundance. Please know that self-worth is energetic equal to self-worth. This is so important. The way you see yourself. A lot of people do not have self-worth required to make the amount of money they desire. And that is why they are not making it. So that amount you desire, how do you see yourself? Do you think you are worth it? Self-worth. How do you see yourself? Self-worth. Self-worth. Your self-worth is what you know you deserve, not what you think you deserve, what you know you deserve. What you know you deserve is what you have intensely and emotionally experienced. What you know you deserve is what you have intensely and emotionally experienced. What you know you deserve. The question is, have you intensely and emotionally experienced that degree of wealth that you desire? If not, it will remain in the realm of dream and never manifest. This is the reason why I said to you sometimes that if you have the opportunity, enjoy luxury. I say, just travel, go to a hotel, and just lavish on yourself. You don't do this all the time. You need to create emotional experience that this is the kind of life you want to live. So you create that emotional experience of luxury. Why? Because you are trying to tell yourself this is who you are, this is what you are worth. This is what you are worth. That's why if you want to buy something and you can see one that is more expensive and will give you the right quality, don't go and buy the cheaper one because you feel it's cheaper. Not because it will give you the quality you want. Because by buying the cheaper one, you know what you are telling yourself subconsciously? I don't deserve that expensive one. You know, your self-worth show in little things. You know, recently I told someone to go and help me buy something. And he said, the one that is available is fairly used. I said, no, I'm not buying fairly used. You must buy the new one. Look for it. Why am I saying you should not buy fairly used? Because of the way I see myself. Why will I buy fairly use of that kind of stuff? Go and look for the new one. Because of the way I see myself. So you must be conscious of the way you see yourself. Very conscious of the way you see yourself. If you are not conscious of the way you see yourself, you will be doing things that shows you don't value yourself. You should give yourself the best. You won't do it all the time. But be conscious, as in, don't take decision based on the fact that it's cheaper. This one that is more expensive, is it not more comfortable? Is it not better? Particularly if you can afford it. As in, you have the money, but you feel no, I won't buy it, that it's too expensive. Now, that sense is too expensive means I don't see myself as that's worth. I'm worth that. And that way you see yourself is an identity of who you are. And guess what? That will be your reality. It's a different thing when you can't afford that one, you don't have the money. So you say, okay, let me buy, I would rather pick this one. But your eye is on that one that I'm coming back to pick this one, or I will get this one some other time. Not that, no, I can't buy that one. Let me buy this one. Even though I can actually afford that one. But no, I want to buy this cheaper one. Now, I'm saying that to let you understand the fact that the way you see yourself, the kind of mindset you have about yourself is so important, ladies and gentlemen. It's extremely important. The more you saturate your consciousness with emotionally charged thought of the kind of money you want, the more internally you shift to knowing that you have it. This is the reason why you have affirmation. This is why we have visualization. These are the things. If you're believing God for something, it should be part of your affirmation and visualization. Then you have a mental picture of that thing, or create that thing that you have maybe somewhere on your phone or whatever it is. Before I round off, let me round off by repeating that you are not supposed to pursue your dream. You're supposed to position for it. And that goodness and mercy will follow you. Goodness and mercy will follow you when you position yourself for it. Goodness and mercy will follow you when you position yourself for it. And that you must be very deliberate about your internal state, such that it doesn't sell you out as someone who does not believe that this is what he deserves, but rather he believes he deserves lesser. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining tonight. Let me hear from you. What do you have to say about your learning point tonight? Ajayi, Francis, long time now for you. Where have you been? Hello, Francis. Francis, good evening. Are you there? Okay, look like Francis is busy. Eunice, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Long time also. Where have you been?
Uh, I've been around, but my Sundays have really been very, very full.
All right, go ahead.
I,
What have you picked up tonight?
I join, every time I join, it's always like there's a hammer on, on the nails, hitting it and reminding me of it. I would
Okay.
say that experiencing, like I shared before, that I've been experiencing changes in in relation to manifesting, excuse me, in all areas of my life, right? And what you said today again reminded me of some of the things I've been experiencing. That the way you see yourself, the way you value yourself, is also the way people will value you, and it's
Yeah.
also the way, the kind of opportunities that will come to
I'll come
you
your
will
way.
be.
Yes.
If you don't see,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, it's very, very true, very, very, very true. something very funny happened recently in the office, and um they paid salary, and I was my colleagues were saying, okay, they've paid though, this and that. I was like, okay, is it true? Have they paid? Next thing everybody was doing that, big woman, no, you have money now. People were just making different comments that we were just refreshing our app, refreshing our and in my mind, I was just laughing, and honestly, I was just really surprised. Okay, have they really paid? Truly, I was not even thinking in that direction, but I knew that was a statement that sat with me, right? That the salary is not my source.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going back to your first. I saw that it made me realize that I've been able to come to that place where I've been able to manifest it, that the salary is not my source. It's not my source. It's not like I believe that I have multiple opportunities that will bring me money. Yes, but I'm glad that I've been able to come to that manifestation that this where this money is coming from, my salary, is not the source of my funding for my life and sustenance. So I'm hoping to be, let's say I'm looking at God's eye that, or I'm hoping that I get better on this journey
Mhm.
to manifest financial breakthrough. And I realize that it gets better every day. And it's just like exercise. The more you
Yes.
exercise, the more
The more you get
muscles
better. Yeah.
kick. Yeah, small dumbbell today, you add another one tomorrow, and that's how we progress and we keep going. It's not just, oh, I'm already here now. Okay, this is no, there's no ultimate. There is more. Excuse me. There is more. So I wanted to ask a question. How do you
Right.
sustain um you said something about this the potential, like the positioning. Yes, yes, thank you. So about you positioning yourself
Yes.
for it. How do you sustain that positioning?
Being
How do
conscious,
you sustain it?
being conscious of the fact that you must always be at peace.
Mm,
Being conscious. So that means when someone do something to you you don't like, you don't be in a
mm,
state of anger, hatred, animosity. You don't allow it to get into you. So when you are conscious of the fact that I must always be at peace internally, you'll be able to sustain it. You must be very conscious. As in, so that means, pay, if someone annoys you, you will not react to it. You don't understand?
mm.
If someone annoys you, you will not react. As in, they do things that should annoy. In fact, evidence that you are
But
already.
some people can really
Wait,
press your
wait
button,
now.
though.
Wait now. Wait now. Evidence. One of the evidence that shows that you're on your way to manifest your desired reality in life is when things that used to annoy you, things that used to make you angry, no longer make you angry. You don't understand? Things that change you because, look, either you know it or not, your internal state is one of the most important things you must guard jealously. Have you ever wondered when the Bible says, guard your heart with all diligence? It said, out of it are the issues of life. The things you see that manifest in your life, they are coming out of your heart. Your state, the state of your heart, determine what becomes the reality of your life. And Jesus and the scripture says, guard it with all diligence. So to sustain it, you must have that consciousness that, look, if I cannot determine what you do, I should be able to determine how I feel. I can't influence the way you behave, but I should be able to determine how I feel about what you do. I should be able to.
Mm.
If I can't,
So can I give
go ahead, go ahead.
okay, there was something that happened at work recently. This is just one of the
Mhm.
instances that came to mind. Someone calls you via the intercom and was asking a question that was not meant for you, and you were still trying to offer. a solution.
Okay.
Next thing the person will do out of frustration of not being
Out of
able
what?
to go have his way. I say out of frustration of not being able to have his way and all, he just east on the
Just
phone and
what?
just east long east.
You
Like
just say, Abi?
eh,
So what's the problem?
yes. And you just didn't hear anything and I ended the call.
Okay.
Next thing the person will do is to come back
Uh-huh.
and was like, "Oh, very rude. That was so rude.
Wait,
You do this thing a lot."
who is, hold on, hold on. Who is easy?
The person is
Who ended the call?
right. I did.
Okay, that's why I say you are rude now.
That's why I said that I was rude. But he east for long and pause. No, nothing. Was not saying anything.
Just say you are sorry.
And I
And then
ended.
when you call back, you just say I'm sorry. And then you move on.
But the person keeps ranting and
You
talking
keep
and
quiet now. You know, look, it's like it's me know what I'm trying to do. How will I describe it now? I'm the one that know what I'm trying to do. He doesn't know what I'm trying to do.
mm,
I'm the one that know
okay.
what I
Yeah.
am missing, what I'm doing to myself.
Yeah.
So I won't allow what he's doing because I'm the one that know the implication on me. So
Yeah.
why will I now be until he doesn't even know what he's doing?
Yeah.
I'm not allowing him to
Mm-hmm.
disturb me. So it's
I'm
me that
very
know the implication. It's like someone who used to take sugar. Now you know the implication of sugar. Even when opportunity comes to take sugar, he will not take the sugar because it's diabetic. He knows the implication. So when you know the implication of something, the way you interpret it is different. You won't interpret it like it's rude or it's doing what he did. No, you won't. You want to get off the phone, you want to get him off your back, whatever you need to do to get him off and not create bad blood so you can still greet him tomorrow is what you want to do. And it's deliberate, not because you're stupid or foolish, it's because you are wise. It's because you are wise. You are the one that know what is at stake.
What if over time they now see it like that? You know what you are doing, right? But they may interpret it as okay, this person is a walkover. We can keep doing, and they now keep doing that thing to you because I've noticed something about human beings.
Whatever they do
We
to
work on
you, it's not what matter. The way you interpret what they did is what matter. Because nothing is anything until you give it a meaning. Nothing is someone say you are a bastard and you are angry. It's because you believe what they said is true, that you don't have a parent, you don't even know your parent, but you know your parent now. Why are you angry? So if I know my parents, someone say I'm a bastard, but me, I know my parent. So why should I be worried? The reason I'm worried is because I interpret it wrongly. If I interpret that, what's the color of the clothes you are wearing?
black.
So if I say, Eunice, why are you wearing white now? What's wrong with you? Why are you wearing white this night? Why are you wearing white? And you know we're wearing black. How would you think? Would you say that it's like something is wrong with this guy? Yeah, it's color blind. He doesn't even know what he's saying. Are you going to be angry? Someone say you're a bastard. You know you're not a bastard. You're angry. You don't understand. It's interpretation. I'm serious. So these are the way you play with your mind to be able to interpret it correctly so you can be in that right state because you need it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yes. Favor, good evening. Hello, Favor. Are you there?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
Good
evening. Go
evening, sir.
ahead.
I'm here.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you so much for the session, sir. I think key takeaway for me was when you mentioned on position that we must position ourselves
Yes.
for a dream rather than pursuing it.
Yes.
Um that for me was actually very profound. And also when you mentioned he that believeth will not make haste.
Yeah.
So if you truly believe in something, you won't be eager, you won't be anxious.
Because you believe
You
it's done
won't
already.
believe it's done. So it's actually, and then something else I took out again was when you said you must think differently to be different.
Yeah.
If you If you think differently, you'd actually be different. But if you think alike,
And guess what?
I think
You will look weird, though. You will look weird to people, but that's fine.
that's what I wanted to say now. I wanted to say when you think differently and you act differently, they create a label. It creates
Mhm.
like a label, like you're not
No, let me tell you.
following the.
Let me tell you. You make people think you are insensitive. Something happened some times ago. I'm trying to remember the detail now. And when I heard that news, I was telling someone that, okay, the person received a message that suggests a lady is separating herself from her husband. And like he's going to go and kill herself or nobody will see her again. You know that kind of message. And the person received that message was worried. And I told her that, why are you worried? Call the husband now. As he was surprised that why am I said, call call the husband. As in, what am I saying that you should be in that state that not because you're insensitive, but you know what is at stake. And you don't want to downgrade and bring yourself down. So you are consciously and deliberately ensuring that you do not allow yourself to be internally swayed, no matter what happens. Even when people think you are weird, but later, after a while, they get used to you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And then lastly, also when you talked about when we give, it's circulating back, so it's like it's coming back to us.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it easier to be able to give rightly, to be able to give to the right cause without thinking twice. It's like a shift in the mindset that
Without thinking you are losing the money.
yeah, exactly. Without
Without
thinking
thinking
that,
it's
oh,
going. It has gone.
money. I think sometimes, like when you were mentioning around choosing things, wanting to choose things that are cheap, that is cheaper. I
Yes.
think sometimes it's the thing that makes one think, oh, okay, let me take the cheaper one, so I'll feel I've saved some money. But most times it ends up being like, even having taken the cheaper one, it might not even serve at the end of the day, or it
Yes,
becomes
oh, that's the problem, oh.
has an issue, and you're like, why don't you take this? Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. These things are actually very deep and they're actually very practical, and they are things that we do consciously, we'll look out for consciously in our daily life as we go along, and it's really so helpful. Thank you very much, sir,
Thank you.
for the session.
David, good evening. Oh, business. David, are you there? Okay. Ngozi?
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, I think tonight is a great one, and one of the things I learned is for us to understand our self-worth. That the way the more we lower it, the more we lower who we are, and the higher we put it, the better we become.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I like when you use that example of trying to get things that are cheap. And when you are saying that, and I was asking myself that, am I that cheap? You know, do I think
Exactly.
I'm cheap? Do I think that that thing I'm buying said, does it what I'm becoming or who I am? You know? So it stumbled on me that we need to be very careful of what we actually engage ourselves on, even as it pertains to our self-worth. So that's one. Another one I also like is that I like when you mentioned that when we give out um, money or what we have, we should not see it as if we are either wasting it or helping
Or
somebody.
losing it.
But to see it as if we should see it as if we are giving the other version of ourselves,
Yes.
you know, or contributing to the other version of ourselves. So that's another thing I also grab in that one. Then I also love when you said you'll never be able to manifest the degree of wealth you are condemning. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, it stumbled on me too. I was looking at it that sometimes You even see some people driving some cars and we start abusing them. That who knows if they see the money to buy the car.
You see?
So, we have some negative words,
Mhm.
to see it as something bad or something that can never come
No,
to us.
that's a
So,
sign that
and
you
when you
don't
mention that
believe.
one,
No, hold on. That's is anybody that is saying that it's a sign doesn't believe anybody can truly, genuinely work and make kind of money to buy that kind of car. A clear
mm,
sign that the person does not believe that, and that's a sign of limitation. A sign of limitation in the mind because you don't believe that it's possible for someone to go and do this. Go ahead.
so I really pick a lot in that one. I also love when you mentioned when you said the thought that comes to you are not yours, except you
Yeah,
allow it to be yours.
yeah.
So yeah, and I like when you use that example that if you are called a bastard, it's left you to accept it or you you say you
Yeah,
ignore it through your reaction.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love that one too. And I also like where you mentioned that you said you can't think like the majority and accept your life to be a
So be
different
different
one
from them.
or exceptional. Yeah. So literally they must see you as someone who is outside the box, you know, by doing things differently. Also giving some different view outside what is circulated already.
Mhm.
So I also love when you say you can live your life unapologetically in your own world or living in your own bubble. So I also like that one too because it makes us also to become stronger inside
Yeah.
than allowing what is outside to control us in that sense. So and lastly is when you said be very conscious of the way you see yourself. So I love that one too. So these are my take home, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Be very conscious of the way you see yourself. Don't see yourself as being cheap. Be very, very conscious of the way you see yourself. I can't overemphasize that. Because some of us, because of the environment we grew up and the trauma we have growing up, we don't see ourselves the way we should see ourselves. And guess what? The way you see yourself is exactly what become of you.
Mm.
It's exactly what become of you. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Ngozi? Ngozi, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Go
Thank you
ahead.
so much for today's teaching.
Okay.
You know, as you were talking, I was just more like seeing, like I was just thinking that we have so much made unnecessary complexity out of Christianity
Yeah, very
because
correct.
what, what you are teaching, like the way you are explaining it now, it's so practical, so reasonable that some of the things that, for instance, this give and it shall be given unto you,
Yes.
it's very, the way you explain it, I mean, there's even nobody that will keep now be arguing, okay, why should I give? Why should I give?
Yeah.
You know. So, but the way, some of us have been taught, and we made it look like as if we don't give, God will not bless us or God will frown at all those stuff. So seeing it with just the way you explain it, it's very like very practical, very reasonable. It's something that we can all relate with. And
Yeah.
when you're talking about distribution, I think an example that came to my mind,
Yes.
when Jesus did the breaking of bread, feeding the 5,000.
Yeah.
I've thought on how come the bread multiplied, and was it even today or yesterday I was thinking about it, about we giving. So when I was meditating on that, I said if among them probably somebody said, you know what, maybe the way they distributed the bread oh yeah, take, pass, and somebody say, no, I'm not going to pass, and kept the bread, there's likelihood that that bread would have stopped like the flow,
Yes,
such that
yes,
everybody
yes,
gets
yes.
their
I
own
like that illustration.
cup.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're actually a pipe that is supposed to pass it across to others. And the more you see yourself as
Yeah,
a pipe does not have the goal to be wet, but the pipe will be wet, either he likes it or not, as long as it's passing water. As long as the pipe is
yeah.
passing
So
water, the pipe will be wet. Go ahead.
yeah, so that was more like the the part that came to mind, like as you were just explaining it, and it's very very simple. And the aspects that you spoke about were one, the way we treat ourselves, we are equally treating others.
Yes.
And this is very, very, like, very, very relatable, that it makes it very clear for us to understand why Jesus say, love your neighbor as
You
you love
get the
yourself.
point. You
Don't
get the
hate.
point. You get the point. You get the point. You get the
Like,
point.
these things are not complex to be saying you go to hell. It's not like, it's very relatable. Like, with things that we can easily relate, even in this world that we are in. Hell
Yes.
is too far away. So, like, God, I'm really, really, really God for these moments. Like, a whole lot. This teaching is really shaping a whole lot my mind, making the scripture more
Come alive.
practicable,
Come alive. Exactly.
relatable,
Exactly.
come
Exactly.
alive, like, come alive. It's
Exactly.
very reasonable that you can relate to it on a daily, like, you have an idea of how it's applicable,
Now,
even in your
Ngozi,
own life. While you are
Ngozi,
here, it's,
Ngozi, you now know the reason why some
sir.
Christians read the Bible, but they are still wicked. They are still, you go online, someone says something about a man of God, or he says something about God, about Christianity. Christian will go to the comment section and be insulting and be cursing and be abusing. You'll be asking yourself, why on, wait, if Christ hear this person, is he going to do what you are doing? It's because the people don't even understand the picture of God they have in their mind is a very defective one. It's a very they are not being Christ-like. You don't even know this person
Be
that is saying.
traumatized.
You said what? Eunice, what did you say?
I said we be traumatized.
We be traumatized. No, but sincerely, it just make scripture come alive. I see when you understand that this is another version of me. Why will I hurt? Why will I should even pity him for saying what he's saying rather than being angry and begin to curse. Some people even curse. They will tell you we die tomorrow. God will do this. And the person is talking against God. If nothing happened to that person, say, okay, this God is fake. Oh, see all these people they said, nothing happened to him. Now, are you done?
I've even heard, if you don't follow my way, if you don't follow what I said, you will die or you will not make it in life.
Can you
Just
imagine?
because you don't follow my own pattern.
Can you imagine? Ah, that one is manipulation. Ngozi, are you done?
Yes, I'm
All
done.
right, all right.
At this
Okay.
there's something I used to like for this program, like, why are we not making noise about it? Because a whole lot of persons need honestly good.
You
See,
can share,
honestly, like,
you can share with your friends. But quite frankly, let me tell you, not everybody is in a state of mind that can receive it because of the abuse in their mind, like Eunice said, because of a trauma. Some people still believe the enemy must die. Do you understand?
good.
So not everybody, I'm serious, not everybody can receive it. So you can send link to your friend that you believe probably are in that state where they can receive some of those things. But quite frankly, not everybody can receive it. That's the truth. Because of the way people have been traumatized, and the way they see things and see life. So it might be tough, quite frankly. But I mean, you can share with your friend you believe need it and see what they think, and they can come around. Why not? All right.
All right, so thank you very much.
Yes. Theophilus, good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for this night meeting again. I just want to touch on
Okay.
the aspect of sharing it with people. I can remember in 2020 when we had I can't remember particularly the series, but I think it had to do with miracle.
Okay.
One of those sessions, there was a very heavy argument. One of the persons that joined the meeting then, she kept on arguing with you on the subject matter that was at hand. I'm just trying to pinpoint and buttress what you're saying about the fact that people generally just need to be at a point where sometimes I don't know why it's like that for us, where there's a level of helplessness. What you're just seeking is just the truth to just deliver you.
Yes.
It's just like somebody going to somebody that insults pastor, for example, and then he's at the point where he's almost dying, and anything that they bring to him, whether prayer or drug, anything he will take. So yeah, so on this night's meeting, there was basically one thing that struck me, and it's the fact that we pay ourselves.
Yes.
It's actually very profound because there are a lot of things I've been learning recently from this platform that just points to the fact that the currency that we are pursuing, we are actually that currency.
Yes.
Because basically, what we use money to buy, I mean, what we need to use, I mean, to buy other things is actually a currency, not necessarily the paper. But I see that in the long run, it's the state of our being internally that eventually gives us the opportunity and the privilege for us to get those things that we desire. And then you said something as well, that we don't pursue our dreams, we only position
For it.
ourselves.
It will come and meet you.
Yeah, we position ourselves for the dream. I think the challenge, just like Ngozi mentioned, the challenge that we are faced is that somehow we've been brainwashed by the systems, particularly the religious system, and it's kind of like we have to rewire ourselves. Sometimes I will just be thinking about the things I'm learning here, and while in one way or the other, little by little, I'm just trying to practice what I'm learning. I would be wishing that I wish I knew this like when I was younger, when my when children are much younger, the ability to learn, not that I'm resisting the learning,
They are more,
but
yes, because they can absorb more.
They can absorb more. So, and then somebody that learns this as a child or as a youth would definitely be a better man in the future.
Yes, very
And
cool.
while it's not too late, it's actually a challenge to me that I cannot just but do the things that are necessary for me to change my life, and I'm actually um in charge of the things that will eventually happen to my life, because there's something that used to say, God, if you want to eat yam, God will not he can provide the yam for you. He will not cook the yam for you. He's not the one that will cook the yam for you and then put it in your mouth. So the responsibility for change and transformation lies within us, and God has given us so much power that we are not maximizing. That's actually something I've realized, that we have so much power in our hands and we are not maximizing it. We are putting it on pastors, on God, and all we just need to do is to get these truths from scriptures and meditate on them and then have our lives transformed. I don't know, you would have observed that every time I come here, almost every time, well, not every time, but almost every time, I will say that my pastor mentioned this today, my pastor mentioned this. Coincidentally, my pastor today dwelt on acquaint yourself
with
with
him
God and be at peace.
and be at peace.
Yes.
And be at
He
peace.
also did that as well.
And
So
be at peace.
and so it's more like this is something that I need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
That, has been over and over and over again. In fact, even this last week, I was still interacting with my wife. I was still saying, quoting that Bible, that's Job chapter, I think 21 or something.
Yeah.
But I know it's in Job. Yes. So thank you so much, sir,
Thank
for
you.
this
Thank
session.
you. Thank you. Senator of the Federal
Thank you.
Republic. Sandra. Hello, Sandra. Are you there? Senator Victor.
Hello, sir.
Okay, Senator Victor, yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How now?
Hi, sir. Thank you very much for today's sir. It's just like a reminder, and I have to question anyway.
Go ahead.
First of all, let me start from the last speaker took off the phrase that he that believers shall not make it.
Yeah.
Does it apply to all aspects of life, or is just in things that you're expecting? For example, if you see a sister or a lady that you like, I'm not sure if you should go. Okay, I'm just giving an example. That if you see a lady or a sister that you like or you love to marry and
talk to her about it now. What's stopping
the age now? You just feel like you're not ready enough, or
you're not ready.
No,
if I see a lady that I like and I want to marry, I'm not marrying her tomorrow now. The fact I told her does not mean I have to marry her tomorrow. Why can't I wait for 2-3 years? I mean, we can still wait for 1 or 2 years where I'm putting myself together. But telling her does not mean I'm in a hurry. I don't think that's been in this case. If I blame not make it is when I'm believing God for something, and because it does not happen, I'm worried because I want it to happen fast. I'm disturbed because I want it to happen fast. I want it quick. You know, if God answers our prayer the way we are asking it, He will destroy us. Because many people are not prepared to handle what they are praying for, actually. And when they are fully prepared internally, somehow, it manifests in their life. But for many, they are not, actually. They are not. So I don't think it's not like you're in a hurry if you see a lady you want to and you talk to her. I mean, why? There's no point wasting time. If there's no point wasting time, now it's not like you're not desperate. Now, if you say no, you move on now. Are you going to kill yourself? If you say no, you move on now. But you're not marrying the person immediately. You're just letting her know that, look, this is my intention. What do you think? I mean, is this something you want to consider? You want to pray about it, blah, blah, blah. And if it works, fine. If it doesn't, you move on. There are other ladies you meet along the way. What's the second question? Okay, you're out. I can't see you again. No. I think he has network issue. Sandra, while we're waiting for Senator to come back for the second question. Hello, Sandra, are you there? Someone said, good evening. I've been typing my question. Oh, you're typing. I've not seen your question. No. Okay, who is typing question? It's a long one. No. This is Ajay. Ajay, why are you not talking? You have spoken about internal belief influencing external outcome. How do you distinguish between the role of mindset and the role of practical action, such as developing skill, building relationship, and serving people? How can we distinguish between trusting God as our source and neglecting practical responsibility like acquiring? Is Victor back? Okay, Victor, go ahead. I will answer this question that this guy put here. What's the second question, Victor? Second question.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. I
was reading the question that someone dropped in the chat. So I said you should talk about second question.
Okay, how did you wrap up the last question? Because
I'm saying that if the lady say no, what will you do? You have to move on.
Some would
So
say that 3 years is too long. Like it's too. You're not saying. You say 3 years.
that's okay. If you say it's okay 2 3 years and you feel you will not be ready in 2 3 years, if you feel you'll be ready in 3 years and you feel you should let her know so that she will also know that okay, she has someone already. If she wants to go ahead fast, why not? There's nothing like this is the only person made for me. That's not true. What if you are not born in Nigeria? What if you are born in America? How will you say this is the person made for you? There are other people that you can still be able to do life together. So it's not a do or die affair. If you say no, he can't wait. That's fine. You move on. You shouldn't be. Now,
Mm.
you will not be in a hurry when you are now trying to force her or try to, when you know that, look, this is it's not yet time, but I just feel, look, I may not see her again, or she might not be, I may not be, or I'm leaving this area and I want to let us know ahead so we can keep in touch or see how we can start, dating and discussing and the like. And you let her know and you say, no, you move on with your life now. What do you go do?
You say that's just special. Like you will not find someone like.
No, no, no. That's the mistake you must not make. That's a belief. That's a belief. Saying you will not be able to find someone else, that's not true. It's just like I was talking to someone today. Okay, I was with David with someone today, and we're talking and about men has come, and I was telling her that look, men are not scum. Some men are, but men are not because that's belief. Anything you see have been absolute is a sign of belief, and you should not. Don't that's the only person that's not true. There are other people. You have not just met them. Keep praying, believing God you will meet them.
Mm.
Yeah. You
Uh,
become desperate when you
that's
feel it must be this person. And if the person now say no, you will now want to manipulate the person to say yes. I'm blackmail with God. God spoke to me. Oh, as God spoke to you. I heard God clearly. It was open vision.
uh, and that statement is usually wrong because
Eh? Yes,
I said that
now.
statement is
Yeah,
usually
yes,
wrong
now. Yes,
because
now. Yes, now.
I saw a clip of Benny himself coming out to say he has said many things in the past that were not true. That he
You
thought he
see?
had God, but he did not hear God. That he's
Exactly.
so sorry
It's a
that
very
people have believed him.
and I love that. Those are the kind of leader I love. When you own up, you just show you are human, and that is fine. And for me, you earn my respect more self than you are now. You don't want to appear like you want to say appear like a Superman, even when you make mistakes. That's why I don't recommend, even when I believe this, what I believe God is leading me to, I will never say God said no. I can just say I feel like, I think like I will not even tell you I was led deliberately. You know why? He give room for me to be able to change my mind if I feel this is not what God is telling me. But when you are saying it's God, you will not change it. Has God changed his mind? Even Paul said, we see in part and prophesy in part. If Paul said, we see in part and prophesy in part, who are you? Who are you? Paul said, we see in part and
Mm.
prophesy in part. So that means I might not see the true picture, and that is fine. But when you have labeled it on God, you won't be able to change it, though.
Well,
Ah.
yeah, thank you, sir.
All
So
right.
my second question that I
Yes.
was talking about this self knowing yourself and self is it realization or actualization. I was going through Twitter and someone was talking about that he had a client that wanted to buy a house for like 300 million.
Okay.
And later on, so the person even changed his mind to even saying they want a better one for like almost 600 million. And I'm asking myself, where am I going to own a house that will be 300 million like this? And is it, and this person is in Lagos? So this person is in Lagos.
No, now, Senator, you left school less than how many years ago? Number one, you must
Just,
dream.
no,
Wait now.
in another 5 years, that house will be like
Number one, you must
almost 1
dream
billion.
big. I've told you. Number one, you must dream big. And look, and I love that you said this. That's not individuals decide on what they want to, how they want to live their life. If Ife wants to, it's because he can afford it. You need to understand the fact that the way you see 700,000, sorry, the way you see 70,000 is where someone else sees 700 million. The way you see 70,000 is where someone else sees 700 million. It's so important to understand that. that the way I see 1 million is the way someone see 1 billion.
Mm.
Do you understand? So that orientation will make you understand that because of, and it might be because some people grew up in an environment where, if you grew up in a home where they're always talking billion, 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 billion will be normal to you. But if you're in an environment where they are saying there's no money, there's no money, there's no money, you will see billions as that's not for us, oh, that's for them. As in, why? Because that's the trauma and belief system installed in you growing up. But a child that is playing, or just playing in their dad is talking to someone, they are talking about deals, billions. So to him, billions is normal. It's not seeing it like big the way you see it. And that will make a lot of difference between the way you both of you think. If you're going to do anything, when he's thinking big, you'll be thinking small. And that will influence the way he see himself. He see himself that daddy is saying this, I can do it now. So this is where identity is formed. The way he see things is just different. You'll be wondering, why is he talking like that? Saying, to you, it's like it can even be offensive. That why is he talking? Why is he? Because he's deceiving or he's just trying to show off. But that's the way he talks. That's what he does. That's what he's used to. But you are not used to it, so it feels weird for someone to be saying that. You know. But in terms of when will you, don't say when will you. Question is that what you desire? Yes. Then begin to work towards it. How do you work towards it? Have a vision of the future you desire. Have that vision, a big, audacious vision of the future that you desire. That's extremely important. Because immediately you envision it and you embody it. When you are now one with that vision, it will show the kind of client you are looking for. It will show the kind of money you are charging. It will show the kind of opportunity you are seeing. You just remember that action towards that become easy because you are already in that state. If you are not in that state internally, have not embodied it, you will not be able to see things that will make you to take the action towards that result. You will not.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Sandra, are you there? Let me read Ajayi's question. So, it's like, okay, Ajayi is still here. You have spoken about internal belief influencing external outcome. How do you distinguish between the role of mindset and the role of practical action, such as developing skill? Now, if you have the right mindset and belief system, the nudging to take certain action will come naturally because it's going to bring thought. So, like now, if you are thinking big, then the thought that will come to you, if you believe this is achievable, immediately you believe it, it will let your reticular activating system will let thought into your mind to be able to see the skills you must develop in that direction. So you now feel pulled towards, you need to learn this. Why don't you learn this? It will naturally come because you are already in that state. So if you have the right mindset, you will naturally take some practical step. As in, I don't know if you understand. Why do you think some people keep learning? They want to do certification. They want to go and learn this one. It's a mindset that's making them to go and do that now. It's a sign that you have a mindset. It's the practical action you are taking. Why do you read? You have a mindset that by reading I will pass my exam. That's why you are reading. If you don't have the mindset that by reading you pass it, you will not read. So believe make you to take some practical action. You don't even have it. You believe that you must do this. This is what you must do to achieve this. How can we distinguish between trusting God as our source and neglecting practical response? No. Trusting God as your source does not make it not to take steps. Trusting God as your source is believing that the way this thing will come to me does not necessarily have to be from my job or from my salary. It can come through any means, as in any means. So meaning this thing I want does not have to come through what I'm buying, as in my money or my cash. It can come through any means. That's trusting God because God is infinite. God has limitless option of how to help you achieve your desire. It's limitless. And it's important you are conscious that God has limitless option. In fact, it's so important for you to know that God has limitless option. There's something that have happened this year that, when you didn't plan for something and it just happened. But you already are in a state of consciousness that when it happens, you are not surprised. Why? Because you were expecting it to happen, only that you don't know it will happen this way. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You don't know it's going to happen this way, but you were expecting that this will happen this year in terms of your goal or what you are looking at. But now something happened that is just, you just be wondering why. So, and that thing that happened now open my eyes to, oh, okay, so this is possible now. It now begin to make you see possibilities. Number 3, how can parents teach children an abundant mindset without raising them to become arrogant or entitled? Abundant mindset does not make me they have to be arrogant and entitled. Abundant mindset means you are arrogant and entitled is when you are giving them, you shouldn't be. Some parents use money to pacify their kids rather than teaching them the right values. If I'm going to speak to young people, my son go with me. And he will carry his pen and paper to jot and write, even though he's 10 years. Why? Because I want to teach him that mindset. And when we finish, he's going to tell me what he learns. Because I want to teach him that mindset. It's not by giving money and making them entitled. If a child is entitled, it's the parent that make him entitled. It's the parent that make him entitled. Because a child should not always have his way. It should not. We can't cook in the house and we cook rice and you say what you want is yam. That's not possible. You must eat that rice. What's the meaning of that? Why will you be dictating? Is it your house? You are a visitor in this and you are going to leave very soon. So you can't dictate in this house what you want to eat. You can't. You can't. You cannot dictate in there what you want to eat. Unless you have a system that is against it, that makes maybe you throw up or you react to it or you are allergic to it. I can understand that. But we can't say we want to eat rice, say, no, you want to eat something else. You're going to buy your own now. So it's when parents give children everything they ask for, you cannot be giving your children everything they ask for. You cannot be giving children everything they ask for. You must let them understand the fact that no, they cannot always have their way. You cannot. So it's parenting. Because some parent thinks, like, I don't beat, and it doesn't make my son to be afraid of me. If I tell him to sit down, he will sit down. If I'm in a public place and some people will be jumping back, if I tell him, come and sit down, he will come and sit down. Why? And not that he's afraid. Because we still play together in the house. We go to Unilag sometimes to go and play football together. We do different stuff together. Even play with crown cap on the floor in the house.
Wow.
We play with crown cap on the floor. You know the way they play when you put goalposts with paper. You now use cover of
Yes, sir.
yes, to be played. Yes, we play. But does not mean when I say we'll do something, we'll not. So you should not, if a child is asking for everything, you give him everything he wants, you're going to make him entitled. But in creating abundant mindset is to let him, the way you make him think. So my son have read Rich Dad Poor Dad. So he has learned about asset, he has learned about liability. And when he's writing, he's going to jot it down. He's going to jot it down. He's going to tell me what he's learning from it deliberately. So that he can begin to learn about money. So he will watch YouTube video about money, teaching kids money. So he can begin to see how money work. So those are deliberate efforts you are making, not making them entitled by throwing money at them. How do we know when criticism should be ignored and when it should be help us? No, if what the people are saying you are doing is correct, of course you must improve on it now. They say you are doing something and you know this thing they are saying is true. You have to accept it. You have to accept it. If what they are saying about you is true, you must accept it. If you don't, you're arrogant. If you don't accept it, you're arrogant. You're being proud. That's why you're not accepting. You should accept that you're wrong. It's wisdom to be able to accept, because you can't see yourself. We're human beings. We can't see ourselves. It takes a lot for you to be able to see yourself. How do you balance the confidence in continual increase with preparing for economic downturn or expected loss? I didn't get that. How do you balance the confidence in continuous increase? Balance the confidence in continual increase and preparing for economy. The reason you prepare for economic downturn is to ensure you have savings and investment now. So balance in company and consistent income. You can't say it to it to be unwise for anybody to think you're making money, making money. There will be time that you won't make money as much as you should. In fact, there's something called old age when you don't have energy to make that money again. So that's why you must invest and have savings. So that when there is downturn
Yes,
or
sir.
when the money is not coming the way it should, of course, you have enough reserve to be able to take care of it. How do you separate confidence from pride? I am a graduate. I'm a doctor. I call myself a sport doctor. I'm not being proud. That's who I am. I have a PhD in international business marketing. So I'm not proud when I say I'm a doctor. I'm just saying the obvious. When you are proud is when you arrogate yourself when you are not. You are trying to show people to let them know that this is what you are when you are not it.
Yes, sir.
When you say what you are not proud. But when you say what you are to be able to spite others, to make them feel less of themselves, then you are proud. That means you are not just saying what is obvious, you are saying it because of it's just like, do you know why there are people give testimony when they buy a car? Because of how many people don't have it, not because of the awesomeness of God. That's why they're excited, that they are different from how many people don't have it. A car is not a testimony, it's a necessary tool for speed. It's a necessary tool to be able to move around. It's a necessity. It's here in poverty that make it to be giving testimony. People that don't believe God buy cars every day.
That's deep.
Yeah. People that don't have believe in God, they don't pray. Just by being diligent as a human being, being very serious with life, they buy. They don't call God. You come and torment us with testimony in church so that we know you have a new car. The car is not a testimony. How do you distinguish between genuine inner peace and complacency? No, inner peace is when I'm not worried. I'm not worried, but when idea come on what I can do about it, I will do it. It will be complacency when idea come, because when you're at peace, sincerely, thoughts will come to you on what you should do. When you are at peace about it, you should be conscious of, you should be, okay, when I'm meditating, I'm conscious that idea will come, that God will minister to me, that something will speak, and my tablet beside me to type, to note it down so I don't forget it, because I must take step. It's when you are not taking step, you become complacent. The essence of having inner peace. Having inner peace will make you to receive thoughts, ideas, intuition, inspiration to do things that will help you resolve that issue or solve that problem or go in the right direction. Now, if you are not doing that, then you are complacent. If there's no action you are taking, because sincerely, you cannot meditate and not receive leading, direction, or step, or idea. And that means you have to take step in that direction. Can someone experience fear of uncertainty and still make wise? No, now you can't be wise financial decision when you are in fear. You can't take any good decision in fear because you can't think clearly. You cannot take any good decision in fear because you cannot think clearly. If there is one emotion we must all avoid is fear, and we must be deliberate about it, because different things will happen at different points in time that you must get to that point in your life that you are not afraid. It's so important. I don't even know how to emphasize that. It's a terrible emotion, place to be. If income reflects internal consciousness, how will we understand situation where dishonest people? No. Leave the dishonesty. If they are not stealing and killing people, if the dishonesty is because of how will I describe it now? Okay, let me and I like the fact that you asked this question. Hold on, let me show you something. But there's something you are saying that is not who knows this scripture that says in Deuteronomy, it said, which chapter is it? Power to get wealth. Who know?
Okay. Is the Lord that giveth power to make wealth?
And which scripture? Okay, I've seen it. Don't worry, I've searched for it. I've seen it. Okay, so Now, I want to read something to you. But thou shalt remember the Lord your God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth. Now, in that scripture, let's look at the word wealth. The word wealth there is chail, Chayeyil, chail. It's Hebrew. Wealth, chail. Do you know what it means? Virtue, valor, virtue, valor, virtuous, worthy. When you don't define things correctly, you cannot say someone that is dishonest is wealthy. It's not wealthy. He has money, but it's not wealthy. Because wealth is intangible. And if you don't understand this, you will not understand why people sometimes look, if you are not wealthy internally, okay, look at this. If you see a boy of 10 years old, is he a man? A girl of 8 years old, sorry, a bouncing baby girl of 1 year old, is he a woman?
Not
Answer.
yet, sir.
No.
If you say not yet,
Not yet, sir.
if you say not yet, then she will never become a woman. She is a woman already. She is a
A
woman
woman in
already.
progress.
If she is not a woman at birth, she will never become a woman. If she is not a man at birth, she will never become a man. At birth, whatever it takes to become a man is already in that baby. At birth, whatever it takes to become a woman is already in
Yes.
that baby. So she's a woman.
Yes.
If you are not wealthy now, you will not be wealthy.
Correct.
If you are not wealthy now, if you say you want to do everything to be wealthy, no, that means you are not wealthy now. If you are working to be wealthy,
Yes.
that means you are not wealthy. You must be wealthy first internally. That's why I said define what is wealth. That's why I decided to go and read the Hebrew word of that word. It's the one that gives power to get wealth. Power to get wealth. Power to get wealth.
Yes, sir.
Power to get wealth. So if you don't understand that, you will think wealth is physical thing. So if someone reflect internal consciousness, how should we how should we understand situation where dishonest people, they are not wealthy, please. They just have money because they stole it. And it's not their consciousness. And that's why they can't keep it. The people that are dishonest, they can't keep it now because they were not wealthy internally. So they are going to waste it. Why do the politicians keep stealing? Because there is a poverty consciousness. That's why they keep stealing now. Because they're not wealthy internally. So they will steal to feel wealthy externally. Okay, someone said, I have been, I've been meditating on what was taught tonight. And okay, type my question. Okay, that's okay.
Okay. I'm doing I said it. I'm
Okay,
doing I said it.
before she's taking. Oh, okay. Senator, they say you should act before
Okay.
she's taking. Have you heard that? Thanks so much for tonight's session. I'm so blessed. Okay. Completion of my last question. If income reflect internal consciousness, how will we understand situation where dishonest people become wealthy? Why honest people? No. I love this. The reason honest people struggle is because they are not wealthy internally. Remember the people that stole and dishonest wealthy also. Look, when Ngozi was saying that this thing is simple, we are the one that make it complicated, and that scripture come alive. That's exactly what is happening. Believers are supposed, if you understand the Bible, you cannot see yourself as being poor. And you are not supposed to be in poverty and lack because you are supposed to be wealthy internally. If you are wealthy internally, so if you are wealthy internally, I can assure you, it will catch up externally. Because when you're wealthy internally, you will be doing things that will draw wealth to you. You will be the thought that will come to you. If I always say this in church, we organize prosperity seminar, business seminar. You know, people that attend, people that are comfortable are the ones that attend. You see, people that need it, they don't show up. You know why? They are not wealthy internally.
Sure.
So they don't take decision in that direction.
Mm.
Those that are wealthy internally will take decision in that direction because they are wealthy internally. So they appreciate it. They appreciate it. So they will take step in that direction because they appreciate it. But those that are poor, look, it's the same thinking that make them poor is why they are not going for that seminar. It's the same thinking. Those that are wealthy, it's the same thinking that make them wealthy is why they are coming for that seminar. It's the same thinking. I'll come to you, Theophilus. It's the same thinking. So the action you take is a clear reflection of the way you are thinking. Being here tonight is a sign of the way you are thinking. Whenever you're not able to come and you forgot, it's also a sign of the way you are thinking. Because if it's a priority for you, you will remember. If you don't remember, it's also a sign. Everything is a sign of the way you're thinking. Why is it that I don't forget? And I'm here every evening. Why? The way I'm thinking. The way I'm thinking. The way you are, the action you take every day is a clear evidence of the way you think. Period. Clear evidence of the way you think.
Mm.
Spare the rod,
Yes, sir.
spoil the child. Now, spare the rod. Which rod? Does it have to be cane? Can it be a rod of instruction? Mr. What's the name? Senator. It can be a rod of instruction. Now, does it have to be a rod of cane? It doesn't have to be a rod of cane now. It doesn't have to be.
Mm.
We have been caning our children. What have they created? The words that are not caning their children, they are the one creating everything we are using. The people they are not caning are creating what people that are being caned are using. So which one is working? Is it the caning in Africa that is working, or the not caning in America that is working? Which one is working? Because our cane, this is the result of our cane. Chaos. Yahoo, yahoo. Is that not the result of our cane? Is that not what the youth are doing? See the result of the cane now. So I believe the rod is a rod of correction, and it doesn't have to be cane. There are different ways you can correct people. Yes, Theophilus, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say that I once had somebody, I was asking him why he was not joining a particular program. He said, he has been joining many, that what change has he done to him that he will just be having.
That's it.
Can you see? That's a thinking. That's a thinking process. You know, look, I don't know if you guys understand the way. Look, the day you realize that the way my life is today is the result of my thinking. The way my life is today is a result of my thinking. The way my life is today is a result of my thinking. If I don't accept it and I ask myself, okay, this way my life is, am I okay with it? If I am not okay with it, then I need to change the way I'm thinking. How do I change the way I'm thinking? I need to change the kind of information, because when you think, you query your database. If your database is terrible, your quality of thought will be terrible. If your database is full of substance, your quality of thought will be full of substance. So I need to now get new information in to be able to think correctly. So if I say, oh, I've attended one, and what is it? It's a sign, I don't even know how to. God, ignorance is terrible. Ignorance is terrible, I'm telling you. That person, he appears is right, because instead of him, number one, you must accept that the state I am is based on the way I'm thinking. The way I'm thinking is based on the things that I'm getting in. If I am not been getting it, so that means I'm not getting in the right information to help me to take the right action and get the right result. So the right thing is for me to keep searching until I find it, rather than saying I will not do it again. Not do it again will make you worse. So it's not a good way to think by not looking. Keep looking, because he that seeketh findeth. If you keep looking, you will find, because you only find what you are looking for. So saying you are not going to do it again is like someone said, school is scam, so I won't go to school again. Okay, don't go, because school is scam. Don't go. So you are not able to read and write because you say school is calm. But you are very correct. It's just a sign of the way people are thinking. All right. I hope I've been able to answer all the questions tonight. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yes, sir.
It's 10 p.m. already. See you next week.
Yes, sir.
Have a great
Thank you very much, sir.
yeah. Have a
Thank
great
you,
week
sir.
Thank you,
ahead.
sir.
Bye-bye.
We enjoyed the session, sir.
All right. Thank you.